10 major layoff announcements that have already happened so far in 2023, Michael Snyder reports. This is my rebuttal to those in the federal government and elsewhere that are attempting to claim that the job market is in good shape. No matter how many workers get laid off, the Bureau of Labor Statistics always seems to find a way to post a positive jobs number each month. We were told that the U.S. economy somehow added 256,000 jobs in November, even though Challenger, Gray, and Christmas determined that the number of layoffs in November 2022 was actually 417% higher than it was during the same month a year earlier. And even though the tsunami of layoffs continued in December, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is telling us that the U.S. economy somehow added 223,000 jobs last month. It's almost as if there is a certain number that the BLS refuses to go below. For each of the last 5 months, the number of jobs in the U.S. has miraculously come in between 200,000 and 300,000 each time. But meanwhile, large companies all over America have been laying off workers at a staggering rate. Unfortunately, the pace of layoffs seems to be picking up speed during the early days of 2023. The following are 10 major layoff announcements that have already happened so far this year. Number 1, Salesforce has announced that approximately 10% of their workers will be canned. Salesforce Inc. plans to cut 10% of its staff as part of a restructuring plan, the software company said Wednesday. The company will also exit some real estate and cut back on office space, it disclosed in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. The plan is aimed to reduce operating costs, boost operating margins, and drive profitable growth. 2. Vimeo says that 11% of its company workforce will be permanently canceled. Vimeo launched another round of layoffs, a company spokesperson confirmed to Insider on Wednesday. In an email to staff, Vimeo CEO Anjali Sood said the layoffs would impact 11% of the company's workforce. Number 3, Stitch Fix is eliminated about 20,000 of its salaried workforce as the company starts to come apart at the seams. Stitch Fix will cut about 20% of its salaried workforce, according to the statement published by the company on Thursday. Along with the cuts, the company's CEO is stepping down, the company announced in a statement. The company will also close a Salt Lake City, Utah facility, they said. Number 4, their first round of layoffs was not deep enough, and so now Genesis is saying goodbye to 30% of its workforce in a second round of layoffs. Cryptocurrency firm Genesis has cut 30% of its workforce in a second round of layoffs in less than 6 months, according to a person familiar with the matter, as pressure builds on crypto industry executives to cut costs in the wake of a downturn. Number 5, not to be outdone, Silvergate Capital is laying the axe to 40% of the workers amid a crisis of confidence across the cryptocurrency industry. Crypto banking group Silvergate Capital will cut 40% of its workforce and abandon some projects, including a blockchain-based payment solution based on Meta's abortive DM project. Number 6, Super Rare Labs has just announced that 30% of their workforce will need to look for new jobs. Super Rare Labs, a company behind NFT marketplace Super Rare, became the latest crypto player to make job cuts on Friday, announcing it will reduce its staff by 30%. The news came from Super Rare CEO John Crane, who tweeted out a message he sent to employees in Slack. Number 7, more than a third of Biocept's workers will be shown the door as the company struggles to survive. Liquid biopsy firm Biocept said Friday that it's exploring strategic alternatives to enhance shareholders' value and has engaged E.F. Hutton, a division of Benchmark Investments, as its financial advisor. As this process moves forward, the firm is implementing a restructuring plan that includes reducing staff by approximately 35%. Number 8, the first 2 rounds of layoffs did not do the trick, and so now Compass has decided to conduct a third round of layoffs. Compass is still coming back to earth, but this time possibly without its headquarters. On Thursday, The Real Deal reported that the real estate company was looking to sublease its 89,000 square foot office space at 90 Fifth Avenue near Union Square. The same day, Compass also announced it was conducting its third round of layoffs this year. In an SEC filing, the company wrote that layoffs would allow for a path to achieve positive free cash flow in 2023. Number 9, it turns out that the layoffs at Amazon will be much larger than originally anticipated. Amazon is slashing a total of 18,000 jobs, a larger number of positions than previously announced, and the largest set of layoffs in the e-commerce giant's history. They said, "We typically wait to communicate about these outcomes until we can speak with the people who are directly impacted," end quote. CEO Andy Jassy said in a note to employees that the company made public on Wednesday. He said, "However, because one of our teammates leaked this information externally, we decided it was better to share this news earlier so you can hear the details directly from me," he said. And number 10, the Daily Mail is reporting that McDonald's will slash many of its 200,000 corporate staff in coming months as it attempts to turn the business back in a positive direction. McDonald's CEO Chris Kempczinski has revealed plans to slash corporate jobs later this year to help the business grow. In a letter to staff on Friday, the fast food giant boss said there would be difficult discussions and decisions ahead and warned that the company had become unfocused. But don't worry, the Bureau of Labor Statistics is telling us that everything is just fine. You believe them, don't you? Sadly, it appears that a lot more layoffs could be coming very soon. For example, Bed Bath & Beyond is in such bad shape that it may soon not have any employees left at all. Now, Bed Bath & Beyond has concluded that there is substantial doubt about the company's ability to continue as a going concern. The retailer said on Thursday, this means Bed Bath & Beyond has to consider all financial options, including restructuring, selling assets, or going through bankruptcy. These measures may not be successful, the company said. Its stock price dropped more than 20% as soon as the markets opened. For years, our leaders have been desperately trying to prop up our bubble economy, and for a while their efforts were successful. But now they can no longer hold back the economic catastrophe that has been building up for more than a decade. This generation was handed the keys to the greatest economic machine in the world history, but those in power have wrecked it. Now we stand at the brink of an unprecedented economic crisis, and the months ahead are likely to be quite brutal. And this finally here, Michael's new book entitled End Times is now available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. About the author, my name is Michael. This is written by Michael Snyder. And my brand new book entitled End Times, now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing, and one way you can really help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I've published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and The Most Important News. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before they make any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely a great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge that you invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. This is on the Economic Collapse blog by Michael Snyder. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box